When I walked into 2022, I expected that big changes would be on the way. I was going to find a way, or I was going to make one. I didn't quite know what that meant in my case, except I wanted to make some big changes. Something felt wrong. I didn't like where it was going. Whatever. And then a lot of crazy happened, and I had to literally start anew with a lot of crazy, a lot of appointments, a lot of phone calls, which, as you can tell, is a little bit difficult for me right now. And that's okay. So, and you also might notice that the scenery around me will be changing quite drastically. This is only temporary. Knock on wood, I will find my feet very soon. I have been in calls and doing doctor stuff and handling getting an emergency prescription for a medication that is a controlled substance. I think it's called Schedule A in the UK. So, you know, the insurance company makes you run through extra hoops. However, I've been told that my anti-seizure drug is actually going to be losing. The company doing my anti-seizure drug will very, very soon be losing the patent, or the patent will be running out, which means that it will be able to be made generically, which will make it a lot easier for people, because it is stupidly insane to try to get sometimes, especially if you have an emergency. And change, well, what is change? Doing the things that you want to help other people do. Gaining your sea legs, whatever that means. Whether it's not apologizing when telling your nephew about a song that you like called Fucking Perfect, because you really don't want to swear in front of someone that you once held in your arms as a newborn baby. It just feels really, really wrong. And there's going to be a lot of things that I have to deal with that weren't good. People that I cared about that weren't great for me. Learning to trust those that are. Learning to ask for help. All these things that I have been coming out and saying, yeah, listen, I know it's tough. I've been in your shoes. And I've felt driftless and not really knowing where to go. Yeah, I'm there. And trying to sort out this weird and new world, because there's nothing that can get done right now because it's a weekend. So, kind of just waiting it out so that I can start again with phone calls and appointments and, hey, listen, what can you do for me? On the other hand, I've already started the ball rolling on various processes. There's many other things. There's a state of flux. There's pain. I did have some injuries, so I'm dealing with that, and also the stress of wanting to be better. And finally having to come to terms with the fact that I can't always hyper manage and attempt to cover anything that needs help with just pure stubbornness alone. That it's okay, for example, to ask for help, and I have gotten some great help, and I would like to thank the people who brought me food and clothing and helped me out, and as I begin this, and are there for me, and just hoping that I'll be. And in the meantime, I want a little bit of control, I admit. I've always wanted this. Always have a very difficult time when a situation feels like there's no control. And just in general, wanting people to be okay. But I've discovered numerous things. I'm learning quite a lot about various industries, and only occasionally having an urge to yell because someone gets something wrong. Had an interesting phone conversation with the insurance company, in which no matter what we tried, because my voice was so bad, and because the microphone is getting so bad, and I might need a new phone. We shall see. But first, let me see if I can actually obtain full volume and clarity. That would be nice. And so I guess right now the biggest goal, you know how I tell people to advocate for themselves? Well, this is where I am. It's self-advocacy. It's using the resources that I found for others. Maybe with the idea that I would need them, but not quite like this. And also not wanting to see people in pain. And knowing that with neurological and physical and learning disabilities, there are so many bullshit things going on all the time. And some people don't really help. Although I have to admit, there are some great places out there. So while everything's in a state of flux, I'm also feeling loved, even though I'm having to really fight for things, and it does kind of go against everything that I taught myself or had taught to me, that being self-reliant and don't be trouble. No. So I'm having to learn the phrase, I will find a way, or I will make one. I'm making a lot of ways right now. And it does kind of feel like I'm trying to escape through a brick wall. I am finding my feet. And I am learning when to ask for help with something that, okay, here is what I want to say, or here's what I intend to say. But I don't have the ability right at this moment to completely do it, or I am so confused and just so terrified that it's coming out wrong. And can you help me voice this? Can you be the advocate that I'm asking you to be? because right now what I have is making sure I compile resources. Taking the time to cuss and to yell when something goes crazy, like spending half an hour telling someone my name and spelling it, and just in dealing with insurance companies and crazy and just a lot of snafus. Oh God, there's a lot of snafus. Although there really never was a situation normal. When it comes down to that, I can see good. I can also see that it's going to be insane. And I don't have the word that I want. But I think I'm going to have to find my strengths and use them. So I don't have any suggestions except for one. Your music suggestion is She Talks to Angels by She Talks to Angels, and I will put it in the link in the description. It's one of my favorite songs, and I think it's actually sung by Kate Hudson's ex-husband, if that helps. So, anyway, but what I do have is gratitude, and I have, thankfully, I've always been a stubborn asshole. When it comes down to other things, it's gonna have to be touch and go, but that's okay. And y'all are so loved. So take care of yourselves, and please enjoy the music, and take care.